Warning.
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 Warning. You are entering into the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. Too late. Personal Development Unplugged.
Hey, my friend. This could be one of the last few of the MaD WoRld podcast type episodes, because hopefully we're starting to come out of this MaD WoRld into a new norm that you're going to create. And I thought maybe it's time just to stop and pause and just think what we've experienced, but in a different way. What I'd like you to think of, or what I'm going to be thinking about, maybe you just want to join with me. I don't want you to think about what we're missing, but maybe what are you looking forward to? I wonder what you're looking forward to when, or what this new norm will be, because we keep getting told life will never be the same again. Well, probably it won't, but also memories have funny things, and suddenly we do forget a lot when we're living in the moment, especially if we make it so. So what would you be looking forward to doing, to being, to seeing? And I wonder how grateful that would make you, because the feeling of gratefulness is a great beacon, as it were, of energy. It sets your unconscious mind looking for that type of thing that will allow you to feel even more grateful. But then I thought, what else could we think about? Now, perversely, I think it's a little bit perversely, there will be some things in this MaD WoRld that we've experienced, that we've enjoyed. What have you enjoyed about this time of isolation, this time of captivity, as it were? It was a bit, now we'll keep away from that, but this time of isolation, what have you enjoyed, and what would you want to develop from that? I've got a couple of things that come to my mind, is that when I've been wandering around, I've been noticing nature so much more. I've been listening to nature. I've seen different birds around. Now, maybe that's because there's not so much food around and they're scavenging a bit more, and I'm seeing them, but I'm seeing different birds and noticing different bird songs. And it's so nice just to sit and listen, or walk and listen to the sounds of nature and to see nature, because there's fewer people around. Not looking at them, we start looking around at our environment and noticing that environment and noticing places it would be nice just to sit and pause and just contemplate anything, really. So there's a couple of things that I have really enjoyed about this MaD WoRld time. I've also enjoyed, in some ways, sending out all these podcast episodes, because it's got me to think a lot more. It's got me to practice this skill, if you can call it a skill, of trying to communicate with you in a way that is better than before. Whether that's actually happened, I don't know. But certainly I feel more confident that I'm more at ease talking to you. And that's something I want to develop even more. We talked about getting my words right. I can't even say it now. Enunciation, pronunciation, the speed. Maybe telling a few more stories to allowing you to drift along with me in my story. Remember when we took that walk down Fisherman's Walk, and we looked at, and it was the very same thing, wasn't it? Looked at nature, looked at the trees. We had the light coming through the leaves, which would just rippling light, and just showing a different bit of nature to us, and with the wind and the temperature and the sound of the birds. It was just nice, wasn't it? And that was a nice story. But it was just me telling, not a story, but it's just a remembering of where I'd been and how nice that was. And that's, as I said, the perverse thing is I really enjoyed that, and I love to develop these type of things. So I wonder what you have really enjoyed. And the other thing I've just thought of is I've been meditating more. I actually took time out to really practice meditation, not really deeply, but just to practice it, just to sit with myself. And I've enjoyed that. And I hope that practice is going to get deeper and deeper. And I think sometimes when I've been so busy before, I just forgot. But this time I've been taking time out, and it's only 5-10 minutes, but it's those things that I've done. So again, it's that maybe having that just a few more minutes to actually think and commit to something. Wouldn't it be good if you did a mind map? Oh, Clough is on his mind maps again. What would happen if you did a mind map and in the middle you put, what have I enjoyed about this mad world? What would I like to develop? And just notice what thoughts come to mind if you just spent 10 minutes and allow your unconscious mind the pen to write. And just go through all the things you've enjoyed. What emotions have you enjoyed? What things have you enjoyed physically? Maybe you've done a little bit more home exercise or whatever. I don't know. Just allow those thoughts to come through and then have a look. Leave it for a moment or two, then come back to it with a nice cup of coffee, beer, wine, whatever. And just look at it in a way that and go, what out of those would I really like to take even deeper into this norm and make this new, if we're going to have a new norm, let's have a new norm that is absolutely awesome, filled with awesomeness. None of this old rubbish to keep talking about, we'll be socially distancing forever and all that crap like that. No, what would you really like to take forward into the new norm? So we can be just a place where people like to be around you because you are being the person you want to be, because you're developing yourself and you've taken this time to do it. Wouldn't that be awesome? Anyway, I'm going to stop now. Just something to think about. I'd love to hear from you about what type of things you have enjoyed and what type of things you are going to continue to develop. You know how to do that. It's email feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. Do that. It's a personal email to me. It goes nowhere else. I tell you every time, just in case you're worried. It doesn't go on a list. You'll get nothing else from me other than a personal reply, just as so many others have. Okay? Do let me know. Then we can even maybe come up with ways that we can help you develop those things that you've enjoyed and to make them even bigger, brighter, make them so wonderful that they feel great, and you can then share them with the world. Wouldn't that be awesome? Another awesome comes into the enunciation. Hey, anyway, have more fun than you can stand, and please do that mind map. Please just explore this. It will be so worth it. There's a golden nugget here, I know. You'll thank me for it later. I know you will. And when you do it on an email as well. Okay? Speak to me real soon. Bye-bye now. Before you go, my friend, I'd like to ask you a question. Did you learn something from this episode? I hope you did, because even though every episode may not be the one that really floats your boat, sets you, alight, hopefully there's a takeaway in each and every episode for you. And I'd love to know what it was. So please do email me at feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. It's a personal email to me. I'd love to know so we can carry on doing this work that will allow you to exceed your dreams. And what's the payment for this? Payment, Cluffy? What are you talking about payment? I thought it was free. Well, it's like pay it forward. And if you could pay this forward in 2 ways, or maybe 3. The first way is please share it. Share this podcast with as many people as you could. And you can. It's very easy. Just press that share button. Send it off by email to them. You'd love to. This is something you might get that right, Paul. Something you might enjoy. And hey, if you could, a real big pay it forward to me is wherever you're getting this podcast, is it iTunes, Castbox, or Stitcher, or whichever you're getting it from, Google Play, I don't know. Would you please just leave a review? Because the review really helps people find this podcast. There's thousands out there, and I want to direct people to this podcast. And the way to do it is by reviews. So if you could do that, if you could share, you could do that. And also just make sure that you're subscribed so you get this episode and every other episode on a Wednesday and a Saturday. If you do all of that, my little heart will sing. And if you want me to sing, Well, you'll have to wait and see. Enjoy, but please do all of that. Make my heart sing. Bye-bye now.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.